Everyone, I am live in the park. I'm bringing this lesson to you today via my mobile phone, and I have with me little baby English, all wrapped up warm and having a cuddle with mummy. So, because I have no childcare today, and I normally will take Jacob out for a walk to get some fresh air, exercise for me, I thought I would give you a live lesson here in the park. We could discuss some park vocabulary. So this is generally what we would call an open space. There's lots of green area around us, and this path that I've just walked down is lined with hedges. Now we use a lot of hedges in the UK as boundaries. We use them for fences in places like this. We also have them in our own gardens to mark the boundary of our garden. We'll have a hedge. Do you mark the boundaries of your land in your country? Please let me know. What do you use? Do you have a fence like this? A little fence here? Or do you have hedges? Or do you have trees? Do you have a tree-lined garden? I guess for us it depends on the area. We do use fences as well, and some houses will have trees all around them. But it really depends on the area, the size of the plot of land. A plot of land is an area of land. A plot, an area. Okay, is this Hyde Park? No, this is just a little local park near to where I live. Hyde Park is about an hour away from here. And normally a lot of people will come to the park and sit on a bench. Now we have this tradition here, I don't know if it's the same in your country, but when someone dies, a lot of people will like to do a special bench, have a bench made, or have a plaque, which is a little bit of metal, put onto the bench in remembrance of the person who's died. So if I came to this spot all the time and I liked to sit here and look at the ducks, then if I died, my loved ones might say, oh, Anna loved this spot, let's put a bench here in memory of Anna. So you'll often see plaques on benches with people's names on, and that's in memory. And wow, all the ducks have come to say hello. Look at all of those ducks. I'm a little bit scared. I think maybe they think I've got bread. So something that we do here is to feed our ducks with bread, which actually I've learned recently that it's very bad to give bread to ducks. You should give them like cabbage or old vegetable peelings, but it's tradition to give them bread, and I think that's what they thought I was coming to do. You'll also notice that we have a lot of pigeons. Pigeons are quite common in the UK. A lot of people don't like them. You have wood pigeons and then just general kind of urban pigeons. Wood pigeons are generally fatter, more healthy looking, whereas the kind of city pigeons look a bit scruffy, a bit dirty, and generally have toes missing. Okay, so we have benches, and then obviously, as we have ducks, we must have a pond. A lot of big parks will have some sort of water feature. A water feature. I can't believe all these ducks. So we'll either have a pond, which is a small enclosed body of water, very small. You can have a pond in your front garden or your back garden. A lot of people do. A big body of water would be called a lake. A lake, but not many people have a lake in their garden. Can you eat those ducks? No, I don't think it's allowed to kill ducks and take them home. Don't think you're allowed to do that. We do eat duck in the UK. You can buy duck from the supermarket, but I think in general you can't just go out and kill the wildlife in local parks and things like that. They're usually protected because it makes it nice for people to come and and enjoy the nature. So yeah, and you can't kill swans or anything either, because swans are protected by the Queen, so you're not allowed to do that. So yes, here you can see we've got some pigeons. They're finding some food. Obviously with the time of year, a lot of the trees have now dropped their leaves, so all the trees are bare. That's what we say, the trees are bare. Okay, so let's have a walk around. The pond here, you can see we've got some reeds that are coming up out of the water. And in most parks, hopefully, there will be bins where you can throw your rubbish, because we try to keep Britain tidy, which is, I think their slogan, to keep Britain tidy. The little man logo putting the rubbish in the bin. Now we either call it a bin, a rubbish bin, a waste bin. I think there's something in that bin digging around. We do have rats in London, actually, quite a lot of rats in London. And we normally have a information board as well. We'll tell you about the area, the park, when it was founded, or anything that's going on locally. So just having a nice walk down here now. You might be able to hear that there's lots of works going on. This is also typical for London. You'll have these beautiful open spaces, but you're never very far away from building work that's going on. Yes, the baby is sleeping. Let's have a quick look at him. There he is, with this cute hat. I love this hat, it's got little ears on it. So this is a local park. Some of you are asking again if this is Hyde Park. There are a lot of big parks in London, a lot of big parks, and Hyde Park is probably one of the more famous parks. But I live a long way away from central London. I live about a half an hour train away from central London. I'm still within Greater London, so it's still London, but I'm nowhere near Hyde Park. So I'm going to try and take you now to the playground. If there's lots of children there playing, I might not be able to go in, because there's lots of laws about filming children. You have to have permission, obviously, to protect the children, and I wouldn't want to upset any mothers or kiddies while they're having a nice time playing. But we'll have a look and see if we can have a look at some park, as in playground vocabulary. So it's interesting, actually, the word park. We could either be talking about a playground or a park like this, a park like an open space. Not all parks have a playground, but you can refer to a playground as a park. So if a child says, I want to go to the park, they may mean that they want to go and play on the playground, or they may mean they want to come to an open space. You'll have to take it depending on context. Am I walking or sitting on a horse? No, there's no horse, just me and my feet walking. Oh gosh, and it's very muddy here. It looks like there's been some works going on here. Look how muddy it is. There's a puddle. Often when you're coming out for a walk in the park at this time of year, you would wear Wellington boots, or as we often refer to them, wellies. You just wear your wellies. Okay, just so you know, I can only see about one comment at a time. So let me have a look through now. Okay, if the video is a bit slow or buffering, I do apologise. I'm just coming from my phone signal here, so I don't know what it's like. Okay, and actually, when we were looking to buy a house, we nearly bought the house just here, which is right next to the park. We didn't in the end. We thought about it, but we nearly bought this house here. It's quite a nice house, and it's right on the side of the park, which would have been perfect, but it was also on a main road, and I don't like being on a main road. Okay, the weather seems so cold, is that right? I would imagine it's about, I don't know, 8 degrees, 9 degrees today. It's not too cold, but I have to keep this one obviously wrapped up nice and warm. If I look at the sky, I get down. I couldn't live there. I say yes, I absolutely agree. I get what's called the winter blues, or I think it's called like seasonal blues. So in the winter and in the early spring, when it's very dark and it's cold and it rains a lot, I get very depressed. I find it very difficult to be happy. So at the moment, I mean, with the baby anyway, I get up with the sunshine. So when the sun comes up, I get up. It keeps me feeling happier. Now here, quite interesting, our bush that's lining the park is actually intertwined with holly. So this is a holly bush within the, I don't know what the general bush is called, a privet maybe. And there's some berries on the holly bush as well, so it's very seasonal. Obviously Christmas and holly kind of are associated and go together. Where is the snow, says Mohammed. We don't have snow that often in the UK. We do every year, but only ever for a couple of days usually. We generally have quite mild weather overall. Not too hot, not too cold, not too much in the way of storms or floods. We do get a little, but not much. There's some people here working on the bushes, keeping it all nice and tidy. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just now approaching the playground and I've just been told that I've got a low battery. That means that this live video has literally consumed about half of my battery because it was full when I came out. So just in case it turns off and leaves me without a broadcast, I'm going to very quickly tell you about the apparatus, the pieces of equipment, the apparatus in the playground. Very commonly, you'll have 3 pieces of apparatus. You'll have a swing, which is what you sit on and it goes back and forwards. And you use the same verb as noun when we're talking about the playground. You swing on a swing. You swing on a swing. And then you have a slide, which is what you sit on and it goes down. You slide down a slide. I'm just going to cross the road here. You slide down a slide. And then we have a roundabout. A roundabout. And you go round on the roundabout. So there you go. And actually the park is quite empty. Just one pram in there I can see. But what I should do is actually, so there you go, there's the playground. As you can see, we have the slide there. There are some swings just here. Swings, baby swings, grown-up swings, and some climbing frames. There is a train and some bits and bobs, a little assault course. So guys, for fear of my battery running out, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go and play on the playground. I'm going to slide down the slide and swing on the swings. If you have any other vocabulary or questions, please stick them in the comment section below. When I get home, I will respond to them. And let me know if you found this helpful. Is this on-the-go live lesson any good to you, or do you prefer the conventional? All right, guys, I'm going to take my leave. I don't know how to end this. Oh my gosh, I don't literally know how to end. Okay, I'm going to try and end. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and take care.